If you've been scrolling through endless pictures of patio sets, reading a dozen best of lists, and still feel that knot in your stomach when you think about actually spending money, you're not alone. The biggest fear is ending up with a table that looks great in a showroom photo but turns into a constant source of maintenance headaches or just doesn't fit the way you use your outdoor space. That hesitation is exactly why I'm breaking down the Trex Outdoor Furniture Cod Adirondack 5-piece Parsons dining set with benches in stepping stone, so you can see if it really earns the hype or if it's just another pretty face. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this isn't just another metal table situation. Trex markets this set under its Forever Furniture line, promising that the pieces will literally outlast the seasons. The core of that claim is the Climatetuff material, a high-density, recycled polymer blend that mimics wood grain without the rot, splintering, or fading that traditional wood furniture endures. In real life, that means you can leave the set out through a rainy spring, a scorching summer, and even a surprise snowstorm without scrambling for a tarp. The Colorstay technology backs that up by locking in the stepping stone hue so it won't bleed or wash out after a few washdowns. If you're the type of homeowner who enjoys a casual brunch on the patio and then forgets to move the table when the first drizzle hits, that low-maintenance promise is a genuine time saver. Now, let's picture how you actually sit down to eat. The set includes a 60-inch Parsons table, 2 Adirondack chairs, and 2 bench seats that slide under the table for easy storage. For a family of 4, the bench seats are a clever way to keep the space tidy when you're not using them. The chairs have that classic sloped back you expect from an Adirondack, but they're molded from the same Climatetuff material, so you won't have to oil them every few months. I tested the seating by spreading out a family-size pizza, a bowl of salad, and a pitcher of iced tea. Everything fit comfortably, and the bench seats gave the kids a place to stretch their legs without feeling cramped. If your meals are more about a quick coffee and a laptop, you'll still appreciate the table height. It's low enough to work on but tall enough that you won't be constantly looking down. One of the hidden trade-offs with any low-maintenance polymer is the feel under your hands. The surface is smooth and slightly cooler than wood, which can be a pleasant surprise on a hot day, but it also means that the chairs don't get that warm, inviting sweatofthison sensation that some people love about teak. In practice, that isn't a deal-breaker. You can add a thin outdoor cushion if you want extra softness, and the cushions will stay dry because the material itself doesn't absorb moisture. The set does come with a basic cushion set, but they're optional and sold separately, so budget-conscious buyers need to factor that into the total cost. Assembly is where the easy as assembly claim really shines. The package arrives with pre-drilled holes, clear step-by-step instructions, and a small set of Allen wrenches. I was able to get the table frame together in about 10 minutes, and the chairs and benches followed suit without any extra tools. The only hiccup was the weight of the tabletop. At roughly 45 pounds, it takes 2 people to lift and position it without straining. If you live alone or have limited upper body strength, you might want to enlist a friend for that final step. So, who should actually click add to cart on this set? If you have a medium-sized patio, deck, or garden nook where you regularly host family meals, weekend brunches, or casual cocktail evenings, the 5-piece configuration gives you enough seats without overcrowding the space. The durability factor is a win for anyone who lives in a region with harsh winters or high humidity. You won't need to reseal or sand the pieces every few years. It's also a solid pick for renters who want a set that can be moved easily. The polymer construction is lighter than solid wood but still feels sturdy when you sit down. On the flip side, if you're looking for a sleek, ultra-modern aesthetic with metal or glass accents, the Cape Cod design leans heavily into a cottage-style vibe that might clash with minimalist core. Likewise, if you're a minimalist who prefers a table-only solution and plans to use floor cushions or portable chairs for seating, the extra benches and chairs could feel like unnecessary bulk. And if you have a very tight budget, the set's price point is higher than a basic metal or plastic set, even though you're paying for longevity and the brand's environmental credentials. Practical strengths of this set come down to 3 everyday scenarios. First, the weather resilience means you can leave it out year after year without the constant upkeep that a cedar or wrought iron set demands. Second, the storage-friendly bench design.